Hello students. So in the last video we talked about cosets, the definition of coset and their properties. Today we'll learn about application of cosets to prove various results, various theorems, and how they're used in proving certain results. And today we'll talk about Lagrange's theorem. Okay. And based on this theorem, we also have certain properties that we will prove. Now this theorem states that let G is a finite group. Okay? And H is a subgroup of G. Clearly H is also finite. Okay. So if G is a finite group and H is a subgroup of G, then order of H divides order of G. Moreover, the number of distinct left cosets of H in G are order of G by order of H. Okay. Since order of H divides order of G, so this is not a fraction, this is a number, and hence the number of distinct left cosets of H in G are order of G divided by order of H. So this is Lagrange's theorem, and this theorem will make use of cosets. So here goes the proof. Let A1H, A2H, so on up till ARH be the distinct left cosets of H in G. Okay. So if A1H, A2H, A3H, so on up till ARH be the distinct left cosets of H in G, then now if A belongs to G, A is any random element of G. Okay. And we know that AH is equals to AIH for some AI from this set. Okay? Because these are the only left cosets of H in G. Now this is also a left coset of H in G, so this has to be equal to one of these cosets. Okay? So A is equals to AH is equals to AIH. When is this condition fulfilled? Okay. So we know that A belongs to AH. This implies A belongs to AIH. Okay. So by property 1, AH is a left coset of H and G containing A. A belongs to AH. Since these two are equal, therefore A belongs to AIH. This implies any element of G belongs to one of these cosets. A1H, A2H, A3H, so on up till ARH. Okay. So therefore, we know that their union is a subset of G, and now any element in G belongs to the union of these. Okay, so G is equals to A1H union of A2H union so on up till ARH. Now what is order of G? This is order of A1H plus order of A2H. Why we are able to write like this? Because each of these cosets is disjoint. AIH intersection AJH is phi for any I not equal to J and line between 1 to R. Okay. So AIH intersection AJH is phi for any I not equal to J line between 1 and R. Okay. So since these cosets are disjoint, hence we are able to write the order is equal to order of A1H so on up to order of ARH. Okay. Now one of the properties was order of AH is equals to order of BH for any A and B in H. Now we know that identity belongs to H. This is equals to order of EH plus so on up till plus order of EH. Okay, this is equal to R. How many times? How many sums are there? There are R components or R entities that are being added. So this is R into order of, what is E into H? This is H itself because E belongs to H. Okay. So now order of G is order of H into some number. Okay. Now what is this R? R was the number of distinct left cosets of H in G. Okay. So order of G, first of all, this implies order of H divides order of G. Also R is order of G by order of H. Now what was R? A1, A2, A3 so on up till ARH. How many distinct left cosets of H in G we assume? Those were R. And R value is order of G by order of H. So this proves Lagrange's theorem. Lagrange's theorem says that if G is a finite group and H is a subgroup of G, then order of H divides order of G, and the number of distinct left cosets of H in G is order of G divided by order of H. So this is Lagrange's theorem. So we'll quickly prove some properties based on this theorem. So property 1 is in a finite group order of each element of a group divides order of the group. Now this property clearly says that if A is an element of G, then order of A divides order of G, provided that G is a finite group. We talk about order, either it's an infinite order, but we generally talk about orders when it is finite. In a finite group, order of each element of a group divides order of the group. So it says that if A is an element of the group, then order of A will divide order of G. We know that clearly from Lagrange's theorem, if G is any finite group and H is a subgroup of G, order of that subgroup divides order of G. Okay, that means order of every subgroup of a finite group will divide the order of the group. So we know that consider H is equals to cyclic group generated by element A. Okay, so this implies order of H divides order of group. Now what is order of H? This is this. Now what is the order of this group? This is same as order of A, because this is being generated by the element A. Okay, so this was property 1. Okay, so property 2 says that groups of prime order are cyclic. Okay, now let G be a group of order P where P is prime. Okay, it says that if the order of the group is prime, then it is cyclic. It is generated by some element. So if we say that its order is prime, clearly P is greater than 1, P is not equal to 1. Okay, so since P is greater than 1, so the order is greater than 1. Order of G is greater than 1. This implies there exists some X belonging to G such that X is not equal to P, because order of identity is 1. Okay, since X is not equal to E, we know that order of X either divides, order of X will divide order of G from the first property that we did just now, that order of every element of a finite group divides the order of the group itself, and order of X divides order of G. Now order of G is prime. What are the possibilities? How many divisors does a prime number have? 1 or itself? Now order of X is equals to 1 or order of X is P. Now order of X cannot be 1. Therefore order of X is P. This implies X is a generator of G, sorry. Okay, because P was prime. Alright, so now the last property is, if G is a finite group and A belongs to G, then order of A power order of G is equals to identity. Okay, now clearly order of A divides order of G. Say order of A is K. Okay, so order of A can be written as order of G can be written as K into say K1. it's a multiple of k basically. So clearly a power order of g is equals to a power k k1 is equals to a power k k1. Now a power k is identity because order of a is k. Identity power k1 is equals to k. Okay. So these are the three properties that we proved against Lagrange's theorem. Lagrange's theorem says that any subgroup, the order of any subgroup of a finite group will divide the order of the group, and moreover the number of distinct left cosets is equal to order of g by order of h. Okay. Now next we proved three properties that order of any element of a finite group divides the order of the group. Second was groups of prime order are cyclic using Lagrange's theorem and the first property itself. Third was a power order of the group is identity. So with this we end this video, and in the next video we will talk about some new concepts called stabilizer of a point, orbit of a point, and again these concepts will make use of cosets and Lagrange's theorem. So stay tuned for next videos. Thank you so much.